Hello, good morning. Today we are going to have a class on ear drops, nasal drops, enemas, and syrup. So, myself, Prashant Naik, I'm going to have, or I'm going to tell you about what are ear drops, nasal drops, enemas, what are the method of preparation, what exactly, how you prepare all these preparations. Ear drops, nasal drops, enemas, syrups, what are the uses, why we use these things, what are the ingredients used, what are the precautions to be taken. These all things will be discussed in each and every aspects of a single preparation. Now first we'll start with the eardrops. What exactly are eardrops? Eardrops are solutions of drugs intended to be instilled into the ear with a dropper. The container should be colored. It is a fluted glass bottle with dropper in the cap. The labeling should be for external use only. Storage, stored in a cool place. Advantage and disadvantages. Advantage of this preparation is the use of removal of ear wax and used in the treatment of ear infection, inflammation and pain. Disadvantages due to liquid nature, patient has to tilt the head at 45 degree 10 to 15 minutes. Aqueous solutions are not suitable as they do not get mixed with fatty serum. So these are the advantage and disadvantages of eardrops. Now coming to the formulation aspect, formulation solvent is used, anhydrous glycerine and propylene glycol used mainly for two purposes: to soften the earwax as they are miscible with fatty earwax and make contact between medication and ear tissues. Hygroscopicity of vehicle draw moisture from tissue. This reduce inflammation and prevent the growth of microorganisms. Preservative to prevent the growth of microorganism. Example is chlorbutanol 0.05%, 0.5%, thimerosal is 0.01%. Antioxidants are used to prevent oxidation of active medicament. Example, biosulfate, sodium biosulfate, medicament, anti-infective, chloramphenicol is used. Wax softener, we use hydrogen peroxide, sodium bicarbonate. Antiseptic, we are using as phenol, boric acid, and astringent, which is used is aluminum acetate. Anti-inflammatory agents can also be used like hydrocortisone and dexamethasone. So these are the various aspects of formulation. How we can do the formulation with the help of a solvent, a preservative, antioxidant and a medicament. So these are the four ingredients what we will be using in the formulation of an ear drop. Now coming to the method of preparation, it is a simple solution method where all the four ingredients are mixed together with just slightly shaking or with stirring. It forms a complete solution and the solution is ready for use as a ear drop. So method is very simple. Method of preparation, when we say, it's a simple solution method. Nasal drops. The next preparation is a nasal drop. Aqueous solution. It's an aqueous solution that are instilled into the nose with the help of dropper. Container should be colored fluted bottles with dropper or in a suitable plastic container. Labeling should always be done for external use only. It can be applied on externally. Storage. Storage is in a store and cool place. What are the advantages and disadvantages of this preparation? Advantages: used to reduce swelling of nasal mucosa, used to reduce nasal congestion. As you all know and heard about, we have Otrivin drops, nasal drops. We also have sodium chloride or normal saline nasal drops. So these are the advantages of a nasal drop. Disadvantages: they may induce nasal congestion if not used as per direction given. Aqueous solutions Do not prolong the action. So these are the disadvantages. Now, requirement of a nasal vehicle. What is all the things which are required? The pH must be between 5.5 to 7.5. Have mild buffer capacity. Compatibility with nasal tissues. Compatibility with other ingredients should be there. Must contain preservatives, very vital and important. If it is having a very good preservative, then the next point, it should be stable. It should always be a stable over a range of period and have a proper viscosity. It should be enoughly viscous so that we can use it as a nasal drop. So there is a requirement of a nasal vehicle. 7 requirements. Now what exactly is the formula? How to formulate? First of all, we require a vehicle, water, and the preparation must be isotonic. This point has to be remembered, it should be isotonic. Now preservatives, why it is added? Preservatives should be like chlorobutanol, BKC can be used. Chlorobutanol is 0.5%. It prevents the growth of microorganisms in the product. Tonicity adjustment. The material to adjust the tonicity of nasal drop is sodium chloride and dextrose. Buffer is added to adjust the pH. Phosphate buffer pH 6.5. Medicament used over here can be ephedrine or corticosteroids. So a simple formulation, nasal drops. Vehicle should be there. First point, second is preservative, third one is tonicity, fourth one is buffer, and fifth one the medicament which is used in the preparation. So these all things should be present. Now this is also a simple method of preparation, a simple solution method. We have to mix all the ingredients in a suitable container and mix them well. If some ingredients are not dissolvable, just little bit you heat it. So it requires heating, which can be done. So slight heating and make it a simple solution mixture. The slight heating will give you a nasal drop. So this is the preparation of a nasal drop. Now the next preparation are called enemas. Enemas are those preparation, aqueous or oily solution or suspensions or oil and water type emulsions which are intended to introduce into the rectum for cleansing, therapeutic and diagnostic purposes. They are also used as causative evacuation and for local or systemic or therapeutic action of the medicaments. Dispensing enemas are dispensed in colored flute glass bottle along with the rectal nozzle. Nowadays, enemas are supplied in a single use squeezy plastic bottles or disposable polyethylene or polyvinyl chloride bags sealed with rectal nozzle which should be lubricated before administration. So this is the point, lubrication has to be done before the enema is to be administered. Now the direction how to use this. What are the directions? Warm up to the body temperature 37 degrees centigrade before use only for large volume anemia and administer as directed. Storage. Important parameter. Enemas should be stored in a cool and a dark place. Label should bear all necessary requirements of liquid dosage form except dose. Auxiliary label for rectal use only. Lubricate the nozzle before use. Warm to the body temperature before use only for large volume enemas. Store in a cool and dark place. Use in 2 days after issue or discard the remaining portion. After 2 days. So store in a cool and dark place. Use it within 2 days after the use or discard the remaining portion after 2 days of issuing. Keep away from the reach of children. What are the advantages and disadvantages of this preparation? The major advantage over here, it is suitable for local and systemic effects. The drug which are not given by oral and parental route is preferred by this route. Administration in large volume is possible. Use for the study of lower GIT. If contain X-ray contrast medium also can be used for the study. So these are all the advantages of enema. Now we'll look at the things. What are disadvantages? Patient uncomfortability. It's like something is getting inserted, so that causes an uncomfortable phenomena or a behavior, or we can say it's a sense which a patient gets. Requires assistance or nurse for administration, so one more person is required for the administration of the drug. So these are the disadvantages. Now types of enemas. What are the types of enemas what we are having? There are three types of enemas: cleansing enemas, therapeutic enemas, diagnostic enemas. Cleansing enemas are also called as evacuating enemas. They are used to evacuate feces in constipation and before and after surgery of gut. Volume of anemia is dependent upon the age and condition of the patient. The large volume enemas should be warm to body temperature before administration, to cold to prevent cold shock, warm water stimulant intestinal mucosa, and cold water produces cramping. Type 2. Okay, second type of enema, therapeutic enema. These are medicated enemas. They are used to produce medicated effects in the bowel or in the lower part of colon in children and comatose patients. This action may be obtained by its local action, as in the case of piles, ulcerative colitis, and inflammatory bowel diseases, or systemic therapeutic action is required. They contain therapeutic agents like sedatives, chloral hydrate, parahaldehyde, anthelmintics for threadworms, anti-inflammatory agents like corticosteroids for ulcerative colitis, nutritional vitamins, minerals. The last one is called diagnostic enema. They contain radiopaque substances which are used for X-ray and elimination examination of lower bowel or colon part. Example, barium sulfate suspension. Now formulation of enema. How to formulate enema? Medicament, laxative, it can be given as glycerin or soft soap. Sedative, it will be chloral hydrate. Anthelmintic will be of quassia herbal extract. Drug must be dissolved in suitable solvent. Method of preparation is a simple solution method. Mix the preparations and then give it to the form of bottle or in a container. This is all about enema. Now coming to our next topic, in the liquid dosage forms, we have syrups. Syrups are concentrated aqueous solutions. The concentrated aqueous solutions of a sugar, usually sucrose, with or without medicinal and flavoring agent. Flavored syrup are a convenient form of masking disagreeable taste. Now, what are the advantages? Acts as an antioxidant by retarding the oxidation as sugar is hydrolyzed to levulose and dextrose. Act as a preservative by retarding the growth of bacteria and fungi and mold because of the high osmotic pressure. Good patient compliance. Palatability is better, especially in pediatric patients, as syrups are sweet in taste. Pleasant means of administration, liquid dosage form. Of a disagreeable taste, much liked by children and adults. Suitable for water soluble drugs. So these are all the advantages of a syrup. Now coming, what is the disadvantage? What do you mean by disadvantage of a syrup? Not suitable for diabetic patient as it contains high concentration of sugar. Children may mistakenly take extra dose as a pleasant taste. Concentration, as we say about taste, taste can be any flavor: mango, strawberry, chocolate. So concentration in not appropriate results in microbial growth because sugar is in high concentration. If kept in cold place, sucrose crystallizes, and in warm place occurs fermentation. These are the problems, disadvantages of syrup. Now, types of syrups: there are simple syrup, medicated syrup, and flavored syrup. When water is used along for the preparation of sucrose solution, it's a simple sugar. IP, it consists of 66.7% of sucrose in water. So a simple syrup or a syrup contains 66.7 volume weight by weight of sucrose in water. Next one is medicated syrup. Syrup containing medications, substances used for therapeutic purpose. Example, codeine phosphate, ferrous sulfate syrups. The next one is called as flavored syrup. When syrup contains aromatic or flavored agents, example, orange syrup and lemon syrup. So these are all the syrup formulation which can be made. Now coming to the formulation. Formulation component of syrup additive ingredients use main ingredients sucrose or any other sugar substituents, sweetener, preservative, vehicle, glycerine as a solvent for dissolving ingredients, chemical stabilizer, glycerin sorbitol, polypropylene propylene glycol to prevent crystallization of sucrose, coloring agents like amaranth, tartazine, attractive flavoring agents like raspberry, lemon, vanilla to enhance acceptability, preservatives, benzoic acid, sodium benzoate, methyl paraben, propyl paraben to inhibit the growth of microorganisms. Medicament which can be used: lincomycin, analgesic, antibiotic, chlorpromazine. So these are all the things which can be incorporated and made into a solution. So basically formulation, it should be a sugar, glycerin, then we should have preservative, we should have coloring agent, we should have flavoring agent, and the medicament, it should be simply mixed and given in the form of a bottle or in a container, suitable container. So this is the syrup formulation. Now method of preparation. Three methods. A solution with the aid of heat sugar is added to water, is added to purified water and heated, is applied until solution forms. The solution is allowed to cool and volume is adjusted. Solution with agitating sugar and ingredients are dissolved in purified water by placing in a container and allowed to agitate the mixture for a long time. Whole of the sugar dissolves and then make up the volume as required. Percolation method. Sucrose is percolated with pure water as solvent by slowly passing the solvent through the column of crystallization of sucrose. To dissolve it, percolate is collected. Process is repeated until the whole sugar dissolves. So this is how we are going to prepare by three methods. Solution, a solution with agitation, solution with heat, the first one, solution with agitation, and the third one what we are talking about is percolation. So these are the various methods of preparation. Dispensing. So this dispensing is with the well dried, well stoppered bottles, narrow mouthed amber colored bottles with plastic screw caps, storage in a cool place, label store in fairly cool temperature not exceeding 25 degrees centigrade in a dark place. Thank you. Today's class we'll wind it up. This was all about eardrops, nasal drops, enema and syrup. We have learned how to make, what are the preparations and how can do the formulations. Thank you a lot. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye.